Welcome to the HighLevel 5-day challenge. If you are new to the ecosystem, if you're new to HighLevel, if you made it here by accident because the algorithm said enough is enough, we want you in front of HighLevel, well then welcome. If you are a recent customer that just signed up, or if you're on a trial, or if you are one of our legacy customers, one of our founding customers, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Welcome everybody to the 5-day challenge. This is a very, very special day. We are in the evolution stages of our 5-day education program. And today we proudly launch for you the 5-day reviews challenge. The 5 days reviews challenge is a challenge that it's been requested by many because of what small to medium-sized businesses are battling every day in their local markets. So we went hard to work to make sure that we could put together for you a challenge, a course, a playbook that would get you everything you need to serve your local markets, whether in person or virtually, to help them with their reviews and ratings. So very important. If you believe reviews and ratings are important to small to medium-sized businesses, go ahead and type in reviews are important. Share your opinion around reviews. Let me know what your thought or what your approach is with reviews. Do you feel that if a business doesn't have any reviews, do you feel that they're as able to be competitive with someone that has more, if not tons more reviews than them in their local market? Right? And I promise you we'll get in more detail. But for our new friends that have joined in here with us, I want to just run through today's agenda with you. A couple of housekeeping items. That way everyone is aware of what to do and how to do it. Right? And we'll start off here with what our agenda looks like. We'll go over who I am, what I do here at HighLevel, how I'll be helping you as your host and your coach. We'll be going over the 5-day reviews challenge agenda, what the next 5 days look like, what's included, what's expected, and what resources will be available for you. And then we're going to unveil the reviews offer. By the time we leave today, you will understand what will be ahead of you from an education, implementation, support, collaterals, and expectations, so that way you could successfully complete the challenge and create from scratch your reviews business as a service, or create this additional service of offering reviews and reputation as a service on top of your existing business model. And with all of that information and knowledge, you then can determine if you want to go full pivot into software as a service. This is a great in-the-door offer that we're going to be going over with you, so you have a clear understanding of what to expect and how to make it work. So my name is John Bermudez. I've had the pleasure here the last 6 months to serve all of you at HighLevel, the community, the partners, the amazing people, our new customers, our founding customers, and everyone in between. It's been fast 6 months, and in 6 months, we've accomplished so much when it comes to educating, refreshing, and strategically positioning our customers, which are marketers, to serve their customers, which are small to medium-sized businesses. And today, if it's your first day meeting me, I want you to look at me as your business development manager, someone here that is here to help you develop your business with these challenges to help you level up and help others in your community. So, been doing this for 8 years in many different capacities within sales, marketing, and support. I've worked at 2 big familiar names. If you've been in the software as a service industry, they're listed there. I also, for some time, owned my own marketing agency that I ended up selling because of the opportunity and what we have ahead here at HighLevel. My experience is in sales, acquisition, training, and coaching, but most importantly, implementation, right? Taking all that we get and putting it to work, getting it done, starting the car. And my passion in my role in the past, and even till this day here, is networking, out and about on the street, door to door, and virtually, having Zoom meetings, having small gatherings virtually, talking to people. It's one of the most important parts of staying in touch with the marketplace and meeting others to grow. So my role here is to be working with you live. What we'll be doing here the next 5 days is you'll be communicating with me through our comments, whether it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. We'll be communicating through that way. And then you'll be able to watch these replays as needed, and we'll start implementing and getting your reviews as a service platform going. And based on my experience, my commitment to you is to give you everything I know and I've used and I've been fortunate to learn in our Facebook group as you ask questions and you engage. And if I don't have the answer, I promise to find someone who has the answer. So I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Let's go over our 5-day reviews challenge mission. Our mission here with our 5-day challenge reviews is to empower marketers with reviews as a service and HighLevel as an all-in-one platform to serve small to medium-sized businesses in their local markets, right? And by doing so, myself, my colleagues, and the team at HighLevel will educate you on how HighLevel can improve your operations for you and your clients. And along the way on this 5-day challenge and thereafter, we will be there to support you in setting up your reviews as a service, but also in your overall SaaS journey, in your overall launching of your platform, your white label platform powered by HighLevel. And with that being said, in my personal experience, and in my opinion, support is everything. And what I've experienced in the past is support is not the same everywhere. And if you have worked with other third-party vendors and you've been excited about getting started and then let down because the support wasn't there, the strategy wasn't there, the business development wasn't there, well, my commitment to you is to make sure that you don't even feel that here. And we have a very vocal, two-way conversation community in our Facebook group, as well in our support channels. So my ask of you is to ask and you shall receive. Go ahead and throw that in the comments. Ask and you shall receive. But my commitment is that we'll complete and be able to help you as much as we can with your cooperation, because this is a partnership of us giving you the software and the resources and then you implementing and serving your local markets. I want to share a little bit about HighLevel if you have not heard or you're still very new to the ecosystem, or maybe you just received this link right now and you're wondering, this person's got some energy, it's exciting, let me tune in and listen. That happens often too. So HighLevel was developed for marketers to serve small to medium-sized businesses. And although we serve the marketer directly, the marketer is serving that small to medium-sized business and all that experience, insights, and access of helping and giving them the tools. We are able to all the time update, upgrade, and create features within HighLevel that you as a marketer at whatever level you're at are able to help small to medium-sized businesses in your community. We serve over 60,000 digital citizens. And with that, we have a reach of over 1.4 million small to medium-sized businesses that we serve through those marketers' digital citizens. And the best way, if you're new here or if you're new to this challenge, is to look at the HighLevel platform as an operating system. If you look at HighLevel as an operating system, similar to Apple, Microsoft, you'll start to have a more broader mission strategy on how you implement and you offer it to your clients, right? Because you'll look at The operating system has a very big, robust program that could help businesses. But the art of any operating system is to get one or two uses or features and have that as part of your everyday. So my hope of you is, as you get into this reviews as an offer challenge, and you maybe walk in the door and you get that set up for your clients, that you can add on additional services and features and build upon it. But as you're learning this, don't get overwhelmed. You're not going to learn it all in one day. We're going to go over a lot, and then I'm going to give you all the resources and places to go to continue your education. And the overall purpose of this operating system is three core things: to capture traffic, capture information, name, phone number, email, pertinent business information; to nurture, to create a conversation, two-way conversation with your customers or your customers with their customers. So that way those conversations turn into conversions. Now, we know that you and your small business customers want new customers. We understand that. It's loud and clear. But where do conversions or customers come from? They come from conversations. So we're going to lead with conversations in the back of our mind here and put it to the forward on how we look at HighLevel, the operating system that increases conversations. Awesome. So I want to just, give you a little diagram here, and feel free to take a screenshot. Feel free to go back to the replay audio, video of this, and start to create some of your swag, your lyrics, your personality around HighLevel. Now, everything that I'm showing you here is branded, the power of HighLevel. HighLevel is this, HighLevel offers that. But here's the benefit. By the time we get day one over with, you, if not already, will have to create a name for your software. And this software with your name will be what you brand out to your prospects and customers. So if it's, let's say if it's Super Reviews is your business name, the power of Super Reviews, right? So get creative. If you don't have a name yet, start thinking of one, because you're going to be branding everything around your software name. But here's what I want you to be excited about the most. And again, your customers probably are not going to need to know this yet, but it's important for you to know that HighLevel is AI powered. It's AI powered. We've taken all of the best products, programs, features, benefits, wish lists that a majority of successful marketers and business operators and marketing leaders use and have asked for, and we've put different versions of those in HighLevel. So it's truly your all-in-one marketing platform that helps you with sales, marketing, and customer relationship management. And the most powerful part about this is that with over 500 features, we're always adding more and making them even better than they were last. And if that wasn't enough, here's one thing in my experience that I found with big software companies that served marketers and digital citizens like yourself. They made it so hard to white label, to be behind the scenes, to put the marketer first and them last. And sometimes they do that by making it very expensive to white label. They make certain requirements or prerequisites. Well, we don't do that here at HighLevel. Here at HighLevel, you get white label from the start, and there's no long processes or long contracts to do it. You get white labeled as long as you set up the white labeling. And we're going to get into that. We're going to definitely get into that, but just know that we're behind the scenes and you're forward client facing, and we got your back. We absolutely got your back. And we got your back by giving you the features to capture for you and your customers, to nurture for you and your customers, and to close for you and your customers. Capture, nurture, close. Write that down. That's going to be those are three powerful words that you will need to adopt but also be clear on how to help your small to medium-sized business that you're helping in your area do the same with our features. So without further ado, we have a 30-day trial available for you. We have a 30-day trial available for you, okay? If you would have not yet gone to this link or set up your trial account, you will need one. And the great thing about the trial account is that it's going to unlock an extra set of resources, collaterals, and goodies that you'll be able to use internally and externally to attract new customers to get started with you. Now, if you're an existing customer, there's no need for you to get another trial or no need for you to purchase another account, right? When you go to the link, you'll be able to immediately sign up for the 5-day reviews challenge. We'll confirm your status, and then we will unlock those collaterals with the membership course for you. And for our existing customers that just want the knowledge or the exposure to what we're offering here, you have the choice of following along live, or you could also do the membership course itself. You will receive everything that everyone else is getting, and it's up to you how much, depending on your level of experience, that you want to get into it. But this is how you get started, whether you're a customer, existing customer, or not. So let's get a little bit more into this 5-day AI challenge. For this to successfully work as planned, as we hope for, it has everything to do these 3 things. Completing the daily course material is utmost important. When you log into the university section of HighLevel and you pull up the 5-day challenge reviews course, you'll notice that there are days and modules as well as handouts associated in that course that you'll need to complete every day. So for example, today is day 1, you'll complete day 1, and then you'll do also day 2, which is setting up your system if you're a brand new customer or a brand new trial user. As well as if you're an existing customer, we have a snapshot that you'll need to install on your HighLevel as well. So this day 1 and day 2 is very important because it gives you the actual setup from a snapshot and what you need to turn on and create and adjust. Second is to make sure, if you have not yet, you attend and replay the live sessions. So what's in the membership course is, let's look at it as like the textbook version. Let's look at it as the learning for all version, right? The by the book version. What I'm going over with you on the live sessions is my strategy, my experience, powered by our HighLevel processes, our HighLevel software, but you're going to get a little bit more of a two-way dialogue through you messaging me and me talking to you. And this will bring both the course, the software, and the live sessions together, so you have everything you need to be super, super successful. And then last is finding an accountability partner, or letting someone know that you are open to being an accountability partner. So I'll show you all how to get into our Facebook group. You'll be making some introductions, and we just ask, if you're open to being an accountability partner, let everyone know. If you're looking for an accountability partner, let everyone know. Communication's big, and we want to make sure that you understand we're looking forward to your engagement and you sharing and networking with each other. So let's get into what our overall first priority is. The 5 days review was created to help our new existing customers get their first paying customer and fulfill that customer using HighLevel. Now, if you are a business owner or you work for a business and you jumped on here to learn on how to improve the business by using the review platform feature, you're more than welcome to stay. But this challenge is for somebody who wants to sell the service, that wants to go to market in their community or virtually and sell reputation and reviews management. They want to help local businesses get reviews and ratings, whether they're whatever industry it is, whether it's in person, brick and mortar, or e-commerce, travel, doesn't matter the industry. This platform and this strategy and this challenge will help you help those customers get more reviews, monitor their reviews, and respond to their reviews so they rank higher and they're more seen and they attract new customers in their area. And here's the thing, with this challenge, we just want to guide you on what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And as you get your first customer, your 5th customer, your 15th customer, your 100th customer, you keep all the revenue. You keep all the revenue. It's all yours. We're just here to support you. And the benefit is that no matter what plan you're on, that's all you pay is for the plan you're on and the features and additional services that you turn on within that plan. So if you decide to charge $297 or $597 or $1,000 for your software experience and knowledge and expertise, that all goes to you. And that's the fun part. We'll get more into it. So let's get into what we should expect this week. This week, today, day 1, we'll be going over understanding the offer. Understanding the offer. What it is, what it does, how it works, what's the benefit, what's the purpose. Day 2 will be setup day. That'll be Tuesday. Now, everything is around Eastern Standard Time. So 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we start day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we go live. Tomorrow, Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be setup day. You'll be asked to bring your system completely set up. If you have any questions or need any assistance, we'll get you those resources. But we want you to be prepared to go along with the different things we're going to do live so you can raise your hand, engage, and ask questions as needed. And setup day is pretty much getting white labeled, getting your system up and running with all the features to be turned on, set up, and then being able to immediately start using the platform from your mobile app. And as you bring on betas and customers, they'll be able to immediately get set up and you'll be able to fulfill. Day 3 is prospecting and sales training. So we're going to go into acquisition, how to get customers, how to nurture those customers, how to get appointments, do demos, everything you need to get someone to say yes to you, and then getting into completion of getting signed up and paying you. Day 4 is fulfillment. Once they say yes, now what? Once they say yes, we have to fulfill on it. So what buttons do we press? What do we do to set everything up to get our customers live, getting those reviews coming in, and those conversations and referrals coming in as well. And then last is day 5, which is Friday. We'll be going over retention and ascension of your reviews as a service. Now, if you've been with us since the very beginning, Missed Call Text Back, and then the last month and a half, we were doing the AI executive assistant. Well, this is the trio. So this is going to complement everything you've been doing now. Now, if you haven't done the Missed Call Text Back or you haven't set up your AI chat widget, don't worry about that right now. Let's get this set up first, and then you can take our other playbook courses and ask for additional help on getting your AI chat widget and your other features from the previous challenges up and running as well. But this is our agenda for the week. We're going to stick to it, and we're going to have a great time while doing so. So I want to go through a very brief walkthrough of what and where everything is at. So that way we have a lot of new people on here, a lot of new faces, a lot of new names. So I do want to make sure I don't skip over this. I want to get everyone acclimated of where to go and what to do. So I'm just going to pull up a couple of windows here. That way I can quickly show you this. And we pull this up here. We'll get going. Got to get this part here. Go ahead and throw in the comments. Oh, and this wouldn't be a party and a challenge without some prizes. So go ahead and type below prizes. Type below prizes in the comments below, and that'll get me to tell you what we're going to be giving away here this week. Every day, everyone has a chance to win. Go ahead and type in the comments prizes. Just moving a couple screens around here. Success room. Okay. One more thing here. And I'll go over the prizes and how you can win. You got to be in it to win it. Pull this part up here. All right. This is this one. And we'll get right into this. We're going to do a quick walkthrough of what everything is and where it's at, so you exactly know where to go for the help, but also for all of the resources you will need. We have a lot of different time zones on here, so I want to make sure we are giving everyone what they need to work on their own or during their comfortable hours. Okay, so I got everything on my screen here set up. Let me go ahead and share my new screen. Let me see if I got any folks here that typed in prizes for me. See what we got here. Pull this up. Where is my live? All right. So here's what I'll do, right? Because I want to give everybody a chance to win some prizes this week. So we're doing something a little different that we haven't done before. I said we're going to be doing a few things different here to make sure we're giving you the experience as well as the fun along the way. So the prizes we'll be giving out will be high-level swag. So if you're new here, you're going to find out really quick that people love HighLevel because it helps them with their business. It helps them create a business, and it's part of their day-to-day operation, the day-to-day life. So every day, I'll be giving away a $50 gift card to our HighLevel swag store. So $50 gift card every day for the next 5 days to our HighLevel swag store. We'll go ahead and get that shipped over to you. And then you can wear that swag with pride, but also it has everything to do with engagement. So in order to win this $50 gift card for the swag store, we need you to organically, naturally, professionally engage with us. Now, there will be some times where I'll ask you to type in prizes, type in a 1 or a 3 or a 5. But the comments that we're looking for to win the prize have to be either your opinion, feedback, professional, strategy, excitement, encouragement, maybe helping somebody out that maybe had a question. Just bringing that positive vibe and energy to the chat, right? And we have our tool set up so that way we could see who is consistently, positively contributing, whether it's energy, feedback, best practices, ideas. And at the end, we'll be messaging you and we'll announce that winner the next day for everyone to know who it was. So good luck. $50 gift card gets you a lot in our swag store. And that'll get to you the same day, about maybe the next day you win. We'll get you that redemption code so you can get shopping. If you're cool with that, if you're excited about that, go ahead and type in the comments below. Swag. Swag. Always like wearing some cool gear. All right, so let's continue on here. Pull this up here, open up this window, and we are going to get ready to share the screen I just lost. It was just here. Got it. Perfect. All right. So first thing I'm going to share with you here, which is so important, so very important. Let me just pull this up here, share screen, is our membership course section. How do we get to the membership course? I'm going to show you. So I got my screen shared. I'm going to move over my main screen here. All right. So I'm in the agency view of my account. Agency view, right? And in the agency view, I'm going to click on University. On the left side, it'll say University, right? When you click that University tab, okay, it'll open up a new window, okay? That new window will have the Reputation Management Playbook course. It's labeled the 5-Day Reviews Challenge Reputation Management Playbook, okay? That's what you're looking for. Now, depending on what access you have with other courses, you'll see one for previous challenges. You want the Reputation Management Playbook version, right? And this will go through all the items that we'll be teaching from the live and the actual textbook version of this course. Both are slightly different. The live is more strategy, Spark Notes approach, and the Reputation Playbook is the actual playbook. So each is labeled by day and title of what you could expect. So as you can see here, day one is a little light. It'll go over in addition to what we'll go over today. Day two is heavy with tech setup, all step-by-step tech setup here of what you'll need to do. And then it'll go over here, the Reputation Management Client Acquisition Snapshot setup. So one thing that we do here at HighLevel, we call a snapshot. Snapshot's just like our automations tree. Snapshot is important. So going through this, setting everything up so the snapshot carryover is very important. Day three, sales and prospecting. Again, the live and the playbook vary a little bit, but all for the right reasons. Day four, onboarding and fulfillment. And then onboarding and fulfillment is a little heavy too, because with the reputation management feature, there are a lot of flexible and a lot of features and a lot of products within it that we need to bring you up to speed on, especially with connecting Google, directory listings, business settings and phone numbers, the AI, all those good things. This is important. As well as day five, which is retention and ascension, that we'll go over. And then here's the bonus. As I scroll down here, all of the collaterals, and we're adding more and more every day here. We have the pre-built social media posts for your customers. We have a white paper, all of the Canva templates so you could remarket brand. We have our white label reputation management website, all of the scripts. You're going to have everything fully available for you to capture, nurture, and close. You'll have everything there to capture, nurture, close. So this is important. This is what you need to do. This is the textbook. This is the actual playbook. You'll need this, right? So continuing on is the success room. The success room is also very important here. And this success room, let me just, I got to move my screen here to share it with you. I want to share with you the link. Pull this up here, share this. So if you have a trial, you have an existing trial, you have an account. This success room is your Zoom support. So you will need an account, whether it's a trial or a paying account. You'll go to this link, go through a couple quick questions. It'll get you with a professional, high-level professional to assist you with your question, your configuration, your setup, right? If you have not yet signed up for the 5-day reviews challenge, you have not yet signed up for a HighLevel trial account, okay? What we're offering for you to get started today, for you to do this now, get started today, we're offering you a done-for-you setup where we will help you set everything up that you need to be up and running. So if you have not set up your trial account, go ahead and type below in the comments, done for you. Set me up for the done for you. Set me up with a trial. Let us know that you want us to reach out to you to help you set up a trial so you can get the done for you setup. The done for you setup offer is available till the end of the live. So if you have not signed up for a trial, you have until 2 p.m. Eastern time that we complete this live. Type in the comments below, set me up with the done for you and a trial, and our team will reach out for you to set you up with that process to get you up and running. And the done for you is something we just started offering. It's exclusive to this new way of us interacting and educating you with the 5-day challenge. So if you want the done for you, type it below, done for you, and we'll go ahead and get you the information to set up a trial and that setup. Okay? Awesome. Next thing here I want to show you is our help guide. The help guide is like the instruction manual for HighLevel. Okay? It is help.gohighlevel.com. Save that link. Help.gohighlevel.com. And what's important about this is that we update it very, very frequently, very often, because our features are changing very fast for the better, right? So I want to make sure that you have this bookmarked so you could jump right in and know exactly by searching. Let's say like right now, we get done with the challenge. I want to know reviews. I just type in reviews. This is going to give me everything related to the search term reviews, right? Breaking down the reviews tab, how to dispute a Google review, how to check the status, maximizing engagement with Reviews AI, breaking down the dashboard, sharing your review posts, like everything here that we're going to be going over, I'll be training you on, is in the help guide. And as you click on it, there's videos, there's photos, there's other additional sections to learn, very detailed, very informative, at your pace, at your need. At your pace, at your need, when you want, at any moment you want. This, if you ever bought something from online or a piece of furniture and you're like, oh man, these instructions are faded. You can't even read the instructions, or these instructions don't seem right. They don't seem like it's for this product. You won't have to worry about that here. Everything here is specific to HighLevel, specific to what we have going on right now. So you're going to have up-to-date information on all the parts that you'll need education or clarification on. So go ahead and type in the comments below, help.gohighlevel.com. Help.gohighlevel.com. Throw that in the comments. In case someone is seeing this later, they know that this is where the instruction manual is. So powerful, and our developers, our support team take so much pride into it, because a lot of customers on different time zones are looking for doing it on their own. There's a handful of done on your own professionals out there. Oh, and there's a bonus. There is a bonus, right? So the bonus here is that we have a white label, a gray label version of this for your customers that are working with you. So we don't want your customers to go to help.gohighlevel.com. We want them to go to help.leadconnectorhq.com, because that is the gray label that will support the mobile app that you'll offer them to run their business from your software, right? So this is same help guide, but it's gray labeled. So that way it doesn't tie back to HighLevel. It ties back to the actual Lead Connector software. And I'll get into what Lead Connector is and how it's relevant, but save this site too. Save this site too. Keep in mind, for agencies, like for you running your business or supporting your clients, use the help.gohighlevel.com. The help.leadconnectorhq is for your customers because it has a little bit more of an easier structure for them to kind of go through it, where your version, the help.gohighlevel, is more detailed and a little bit more agency marketer facing so that you have everything you need, right? Awesome. So I'm going to stop sharing here for a quick second, make sure we didn't forget anything. Got one more area to show you before we kick off into additional, the offer and everything around the course and all the good stuff. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here. Let me share this screen here. This, what I'm showing you here, is the last part of the walkthrough. And this here is our 5-day reviews challenge Facebook group right here. So here is where you need to request to join. You'll have to answer some questions. And once you get in here, you have the live, so you can see the live here, as well as any updates. But my pro tip here is to make sure you click on this section, the filtering, and put new posts. Filter it for new posts. It's important because people post a lot, and if there's a lot of comments on one specific post, well, that's the only thing that's going to show up. You might have questions, or you may want to introduce yourself or help or encourage someone else that just posted. So as you see here, like Thomas just posted 55 minutes ago. People are already at it, helping him, talking, the whole nine. Evie posted, right? People going at it. Introductions going at it. So this group gets real busy, real fun, real quick, as long as you filter it to be new posts. That's the pro tip of the day, is new posts. All right? Awesome here. Let me just go ahead and make one adjustment on this, and we will get started. If you have any questions, this is a good time to jot them down. This is what I was talking about, that healthy, productive, efficient, quality engagement. Whatever I've shown you, everything I've shown you here from the live walkthrough, if you have any questions, this is a great time to ask those questions. This is a great time to maybe share some of your experiences and feedback in the chats below, whether it's on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook. And I'm going to go ahead and continue on here. Let me make this screen bigger. All right. Pull this up here, share this. All right, let's get to it. Looks like Jordan, shout out to Jordan, at it, super fast, fast fingers, answering questions. So thank you, Jordan, for that. See here. Take a screenshot of this. This will be your best friend. This is live Zoom support. There's not a lot of companies that offer this all day, every day, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week to their marketers. So this is for you. All right. So let's go into some recommendations, some best practices, some items for new people here. Every day we do live sessions. They're scheduled Monday through Friday, 11 Central, 12 Eastern. We stream on Facebook Live. That's the Facebook Live link. We also stream on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. But I will say that Instagram on the live version is a little hard because there is content being shared. So I recommend Facebook for engagement or YouTube for engagement. Engagements through the comments section of both. And that way you'll be able to ask questions that we can go two-way, okay? We'll be going over the session for that day on the live, and then the replay will be available in the Facebook groups, as well as in your university course. There'll be a section for replays. Our events calendar has all the updated events that we have going on. So if you do this 5-day challenge or you didn't make it to this 5-day challenge, we have calendars of those challenges and other educational events. The membership training I shared with you, you go to the agency view, you click on university, click on the challenge, and then our Facebook group, I just showed you now, the Facebook group is where it's at. I mean, the communications, the engagement is so very important in learning and implementing. So you'll join the Facebook group. It's important that you answer all the questions. So there'll be a question around your relationship number. There'll be a question around your email, your phone number, and to accept the rules. Please complete all, or it will delay your entry and there'll be a rejection notice that comes to you. We want to avoid that. When you get in the group, when you are approved, we ask that you introduce yourself to the group. So that way the algorithm continues to boost your questions and make your questions visible. We recommend that you either use a photo or video just for a short introduction, whatever you're most comfortable with. And then, include why are you taking the challenge and where in the world are you from, right? Where in the world are you from? We would love to know. You'll be surprised how many neighbors you might have. Our replays, like I mentioned, will be every day available at the end of the training. I've shared with you our success link, and here it is again. So this is your best friend. If you have not yet and you're just jumping on, if you have not set up a trial, go ahead and type below, set me up on a trial and get me set up. Set me up on a trial and get me set up. We'll go ahead and help you do that. So let's get into day one, understanding the offer and opportunity. This is what y'all been waiting for. We had to go over all these housekeeping items because we're moving fast and it's easy to get lost. So now you know everything you need to know in order to be successful as a challenger. I will say this, tomorrow we're going to get right into the details. We're going to get right into the training because we've covered all of the how to, where to, and what to's as part of the challenge for day one, right? So as we get going here, let me just make sure this is up and running. Let's get into what we're offering here. So what we're offering here is reviews and reputation as a service, okay? Reviews and reputation as a service. And the perception, right, of the prospect is positive reviews, positive ratings, whether they're a brick and mortar, whether they're a service business, or whether they're an e-commerce business. When they hear reviews, they're thinking 5-star, positive word of mouth, positive feedback, right? And most importantly, right, reviews drives ranking and visibility, right? So if you have any experience with reviews, right, do you agree? Do you agree that reviews drives rankings and visibility for small businesses? Go ahead and comment below. Now, the perception of the marketer, which a majority of you on this here with me are, is the reputation management feature within HighLevel. So as discussed, HighLevel is an all-in-one software with over 500 plus features, right? And we're using one feature, which is the reputation management feature, to offer a service to get in the door and to bring in a customer to help their reputation in their local market, right? So for this challenge, we'll be using the reputation management feature. Now, let's talk about the benefit of this from you to your customers. Why is this important? Capturing, nurturing, and closing has everything to do with customer experience. right? Whatever stage they're in, customer experience is important. So when you work with a small to medium-sized business, and they're either brick and mortar, service, or e-commerce, they are doing business. They're having customers buy from them. Now, the customers buying from them are accustomed to being asked or going out of their way to leave reviews. So with the reviews and reputation management feature, you are giving time back into the day of small to medium-sized business owners by making it easy for them to ask for reviews and ratings the way that people prefer to be asked, which is through email and SMS. And while you make this very easy for a business to ask for reviews, you are also making it very easy for them to segment their customer list of when to ask for reviews or what to do next after those reviews are left. So you're bringing this feature within HighLevel. You'll name the HighLevel to your white label software name. You're making it easy to ask for reviews through email and text, and then segment those customers into what to do next with those reviews, whether it's responding, whether it's having them be introduced to another product. And that is an important part for small to medium-sized business, building their local reputation. Being hyper-local and building their reputation starts with good things being said about them. Now, with your gray label, white label version of HighLevel, you'll be using our AI-powered features to gather those reviews, organize those reviews by their sentiment, and then be able to respond with AI to those reviews on your client's behalf. And the result of that will be to increase more reviews and their ratings on their Google business profile, on their TripAdvisor page, wherever they want more reviews. So with the reputation management feature, you can pick where you want to drive reviews to. And we'll get more into detail on that tomorrow, but you'll be able to pick, look, I want to get more reviews on this site, whether it's TripAdvisor, on this site, whether it's Google Business Profile. You'll have that access. And for your customers, they don't have to worry about doing this manually. Maybe they're not techie. They don't have to worry about it. Maybe they're busy. They don't have to worry about it. Because when you set up the reviews as a service offering for your customer, you'll be using AI, your experience in training, as well as your customers' customer list to get those reviews out and get those reviews in. So we'll get the review request out for them, and then we'll start to get those reviews in and then promote those reviews, whether it's on social media, on their website, or they use it for any in-store signage. And the overall benefit of this, you partnering with small to medium-sized businesses to have their customers have an easy way to leave reviews, is that those reviews and ratings help rank small to medium-sized businesses, and that those rankings and reviews attract new customers. So, you're on Google Business Profile listings. Maybe you're looking for a dog groomer. Maybe you're looking for a barber shop. You may be looking at, by the amount of reviews, you may be looking at the amount of reviews and the ratings. You may be looking at just the top 3 that show up, and the top 3 that show up because of the reviews and the ratings and the amount of them. So however your customer picks based on reviews and ratings, we can't control that. But what we can control is a constant flow of new reviews and ratings coming in. So the algorithm and the platforms know that they are the best choice to put forward. Reviews and ratings allow the algorithm and the profile, whether it's Google, TripAdvisor, or any other sites, say this is the best person to put in front of our visitors and customers. And that's the power of being local and serving those local businesses with this feature. Go ahead and type in the comments below if you have any questions. if you have any experience with reviews, offering this service, right? Offering this service, go ahead and throw those comments as well. If you're excited about offering reviews as a service, helping small businesses get more reviews and ratings to attract new customers, to save them time, but also to rank higher in their local markets, go ahead and share that below too, your excitement. So let's talk about the pricing and packaging of using the reputation management feature. So at HighLevel, we have 3 packages. We have our $97 package, which is your agency account and 3 sub-accounts. We have our $297 package, which is unlimited sub-accounts. And then we have our $497 package, which is unlimited sub-accounts and what we call SaaS mode. Gives you the SaaS configuration to automatically create accounts and get them up and running, right? Whichever plan you have, this feature will work for you. So it's available on all plans. You will need to set up the SMS as well as the email features, which are included detailed how-tos in the playbook. And because you'll be using SMS and or email, there'll be additional charges that'll go by text message credit or email package, depending if you use our lead connector, Twilio, or Mailgun, right? So you'll have options. So like, for example, lead connector is HighLevel's telephone system that is powered by Twilio, but we've customized the interface to be quick, efficient, and friendly to someone who may not know or have developer skills to navigate Twilio directly. So we've made Lead Connector to be fast, efficient, and there's a discount associated if you decide to go ahead and use Lead Connector. If you're looking to have a developer or additional control outside for integrations, then Twilio may be better for you, right? Working with Twilio directly. And then Mailgun is our email system that also powers our Lead Connector email system. Now, the benefit of going through the Lead Connector email system and the phone system is that we've created an interface to connect everything so you're up and running and you have visibility over your reputation score and other features that are important with having a quality email deliverability system. So don't want to get too deep into the functionality of it, but in your agency view, you can click on Lead Connector, LC Phone, or Lead Connector, and you'll be able to see the settings associated with the phone and email system. So you'll need both on that. With that, let's talk about the business opportunity. Let's talk about the business opportunity here. And I'm seeing a handful of comments here. I see CHN Advisors excited. Karina Deval is excited for prizes. Brian Scholler is excited about the AI review. The lawyers love it. Harry Gilman wants to start getting review clients now to work with and willing to work with an accountability partner. Thank you all for jumping on our YouTube channel and engaging, right? We have Ryan Mailer here on our Facebook feed, excited to offer local reputation. Al Muniz with over 11 million views. Eurissa, excited to offer this feature. And Michael, I'm a paying client on the highest plan and I'm ready to go. All right. Looks like Jordan will get you some help here for your university section since you're already a client. So we'll get you that assistance. Thank you for everyone that has commented on our Facebook business page live. So how many of you here are brand new to just offering marketing services? Go ahead and type in the chat below, new. If you're brand new to offer any marketing services, you're new to offering an all-in-one platform. This is something that you just wanted to do and like, I'm going to do it now. Go ahead and type in new. If you've been offering some sort of marketing services, you have experience offering marketing services, go ahead and type in the chat below experienced, right? And let's say, new, you've been, 0 to 1 year, maybe you consider yourself new, or you consider yourself new because you're not too tech savvy, but you're willing to learn, you're willing to invest in the process. And maybe experienced is that, I've been doing this for 2 years or a year and a half plus. I'm very techy. I'm a fast learner with technology. Go ahead and throw that in there too, right? And, once this live is done, I'll go through the comments and I'll do my very best tomorrow to kind of just have an idea of who maybe needs a little bit of additional help or strategy, how much context. And then for my experienced folks, I'll be sure to fast track some of these areas and items and give you an option to get more help as needed, right? Awesome. So it looks like LaFranc new, Bart's new, Bernard's new. Awesome. We got Al experienced, Michael experienced, Steve Bailey, 10 years strong. Cheers to you, Steve. It's a long time, man, being at this, right? This, what worked last week doesn't work this week all the time. This whole marketing ecosystem is changing very fast. So thank you all for commenting below. I'm just going to jump on YouTube here. We have here Barbara, new, Nut and Buttons, new. We have here Thomas, new and want to scale to the moon. I like that. New and want to scale to the moon. Harry's experienced. Rondia's experienced. Brian Schaller's experienced. Kevin is new. We got a nice mix. And I know some of you might have to pop off and get back to a client or to what you have going on at the moment. The replay will be available, right? The replay will be available. So just keep an eye on where you leave, when you leave, so that way you can kind of pick up without watching everything all over again. Get right to where you left off, all right? Perfect. So let's get into the business opportunity here. The 5 days review challenge as a whole, right, is designed to equip you with a strategy, product, and support to help small to medium-sized businesses, right? Our 5-day challenges, that was the start of them. It's to help marketers, help digital citizens, leverage the features that the larger companies are using to grow their business, right? And, the reputation, feature, and service to help small to medium-sized businesses increase their local footprint is so more important today than ever before because there's so much competition out there. And with the algorithms always changing, with SEO changing, with products and services, and just, the different ways people compete, what we found and what we learn every day as consumers is that we lean more on reviews and ratings and word of mouth feedback more and more and more, right? Do you? When you buy something, whether it's on an e-commerce site, whether it's a service, a high ticket service, or from a brick and mortar store, do you look at reviews? Go ahead and type below if you look at reviews. And when you look at reviews, are you looking at how many reviews? Are you looking at their star rating? Are you looking at both? Are you looking at both? And when you look at those both, are you going for the recency of reviews? Or are you going for the overall review rating? And that's going to play a big part on how you all share and how you all will look at a business reputation, because it's likelihood that you will come across a business owner or the business owner's customers that look at it that way too, right? So we have some comments here. Thank you for sharing. Keep them coming. So with that in mind, we need to understand that with the knowledge and resources that you will receive from this challenge to launch your reviews as a service business, we're going to give you all the tools to capture, nurture, close those new small business customers with the mission of helping them drive more reviews to get referrals, and in return, you grow your recurring revenue business. So it's an exchange of tools, experience to help small businesses get more reviews and ratings. And then in return, they become your customer, paying you a recurring monthly fee like a utility bill every month that you collect. They win, and you both come together, right? If you have an existing business now in the marketing space, go ahead and type below, I already have a marketing business. If you don't, type in, I'm new to the marketing space and want to start my marketing business, right? Let me know if you already have a marketing business and you're going to add additional features, or if you are new and you're starting from scratch, because either way is going to work great. Either way is going to work great, right? Continue on here. Now, everything here is about embracing the journey, right? This isn't a one-day quick get started, up and running, unless you commit to the time to do it all in one day, right? And maybe you're a little bit more tech savvy, and that's fine. We've seen it done. But for those that are like right in the middle, they're running a business or they're new to business, they're new to technology or experienced with technology, the 5 days is a good start, but thereafter you need to continue on the journey. And we'll give you everything you need to continue that journey on. And as you step into reputation management with HighLevel and changing and creating your brand within HighLevel, it's not just the software or a business commitment, it's a mental and future commitment, right? Because as you challenge yourself to do what maybe you're new to or what you haven't done yet, it's going to take you out of your comfort zone. It's going to require you to put a couple of extra hours in, but also challenge your time and mind. And as we do this, we start to build something very meaningful. We start to build this local reputation in our area of helping local businesses shine online. So, a personal short example is I used to go to a lot of Chamber of Commerce meetings. I used to go to a lot of BNI, LaTip, and just small networking meetings. And as I started, I would help some customers out, and then I would get them results, and they would talk about me positively, great energy. They give me referrals. They'd be my champions when I wasn't in the room. And it was because I kept my word and I got them the help they needed, right? So you're going to find that whether it's locally in your market, maybe it's hybrid, half local, half virtual, half in person, half virtual, half within your immediate town, maybe a couple cities outside or a state over. You will start to be building relationships, getting trust, and you'll start to make an impact that people will talk about. So it's not just about the money you can make from it. It's about what impact you'll make with these small businesses, because they know if they get more reviews, they're going to be seen more often to get more customers. So if you're excited about just the mission itself, go ahead and type in the comments below mission, right? It's important to what's the big picture on this? Is it just money? I don't really need the money, or I'm not excited about just money. Can this help my existing business grow its reputation by helping others? Is this an additional service I can help others grow on top of what I'm doing now, right? And keep sharing the comments and the feedback and your insight. It's greatly appreciated. And as you start to have these interactions, whether at the chamber, whether at the churches, whether with a small group of a small cohort, or a small lunch and learn, or you're part of group marketing meetings or township marketing plans, you start to create that legacy, right? As a marketer, as a business professional in your area, outside of just doing everything, you're building that superpower of helping people grow their reputation and their word of mouth, which will go a long way, right? And creating a legacy has everything to do with just the dollar and cents. It's about building a business that reflects your core values. So you're going to want to have some core values clear for you to use as your talking track to others. Let them know what you believe in. Let them know what your business is built on, as well as building upon your passions and goals. And as you start to help customers and gain revenue from helping those customers, and they gain revenue because of your help, you start to inspire others to do the same as you, and you build a small network. And who knows, you might end up having 4 or 5 people that want to sell your service as a white label of your service, right? So, there are so many different opportunities that we see here at HighLevel in our community, but it's really up to you with your creativity and what you're looking to do. So let's take the first step, right? The first step today is showing up like you did, watching the replay like you are. Whether it's live or the replay, consuming this live version is important, right? And because of that, you'll have the tools and the resources to grow. You'll have the fulfillment and the benefit of helping others, and there'll be more possibilities that come from it. And as you join our challenge and you leverage HighLevel as a partner, you're investing in yourself and the community, but also the business owners that don't know where to start. How many of you know or have known business owners that just didn't know where to start? They were zero techie. They were zero knowledgeable. And they just got frustrated, and you came across, or you were referred to them, and you helped them with the most basic things. How did that feel for you? And this one's more for my experienced marketers, right? You met them somewhere, you were referred to them, and they say, I don't know anything about this marketing stuff. And then you come in, you built the foundation for them, and the results they received because of what's basic to you or simple to you was everything they needed and what they've been missing out on, right? So important. And we got some great stories already coming in, right? Michael Vishal, I helped them with Facebook and Instagram, right? Something so basic that we just jump on, right? But as young marketers, experienced marketers, veteran marketers, no matter where you're at in the world, everyone's at a different level. So it's time for us to get ready to embrace the challenge. We're going to step into reputation management. It's going to feel maybe confusing or a little stressful for you in the beginning, or for your customers in the beginning. That's fine. That's like anything else that's out there that's worth having. But with the Facebook group, with the lives, with the playbook, with HighLevel support, you have everything you need to get it done. You have everything you need to get it done. So, officially welcome to the challenge. You've made it this far. You've made it this far. You're obviously ready to take it on. You're obviously ready to learn more about the actual offer. This isn't just about learning. This is about learning and implementing. This is about learning and implementing. I know many of you out there that may spend a lot of time investing in your knowledge, whether it's reading, whether it's attending conferences, or whether it's binging YouTube. But if you don't take action on what you learn, whether it's small, medium, or large, you are missing out, because you're just taking information and not doing anything with it. But this is different. We're going to take action because we've designed this challenge to be easy to take action with your HighLevel account, with your playbook, with your live, with your Facebook community. You got everything you need to get it implemented. So congratulations. We're about to get this going. And we have the sessions. We have everything we need. But here's some of the bonuses that I want to share with you. I showed you in the course, we had the sales presentation tools. Well, we have an evergreen webinar that you'll be able to use with your audience. There's an evergreen webinar. We have networking presentations. So that way you could practice, learn, and put on informational sessions in your area, in your market, in your town. We have inbound and outbound sales processes, scripts, tailored for reputation management to help and position you to have solid conversations to help others get started. We have our snapshot. The snapshot is our automation tree. It's pretty much all the bells and whistles of HighLevel that we've created for the reputation management service offering, all for you ready to go. You'll be able to easily demo the platform with the reputation reviews feature. We have a handful of positioning and selling support collaterals. We even share some of the top competitors in the area, right, that are online, that are selling this service, that you will be able to help local customers not go with these larger companies, but stay local. Keep it local, stay local. They want business. They want their local customers to come to them. So do you. So we're going to show you how to position yourself with some big businesses that are out there. We put together some competitor analysis so you understand what the big competitors in the reputation management space are doing. Have one up. Okay? But it's all about the mindset. If the mindset is not there, if the mindset's not there, you're not going anywhere. If the mindset's not there, you're not going anywhere. So I want you to comment below if you're committed to a positive implementation mindset. I'm going to stay positive and I'm going to implement as much as I can. And if I need help, I'm going to lean on support. Go ahead and type in mindset below if you are going to do your very best to learn, implement, and lean on success team as needed. Right? So let's talk a little bit about the demand for reputation management. Why do businesses need this service? Well, now more and more, there are duplicate businesses opening up. There's 5 hot dog stands in one area. There's 5 clothing stores. There's 5 attorneys. There's 5 chiropractors. Maybe there's 10. Maybe there's 15 in your 10, 15-mile radius. But businesses are opening up more and more. So the competition is getting tighter. And it's important that a business stands out. And how does a business stand out today? By what people say about them, which gets them to do a search about them online, and then what is said about them online. So as people are making decisions to pick a business to buy from, whether it's a low ticket or high ticket offer, service, you need to have the reviews and reputation and ratings to support the competition and why you are better than everybody else. Okay? For small to medium-sized businesses, the value of reviews is like currency, right? When we buy something, we're using currency. Well, look at reviews as currency, right? The more reviews you have, the more opportunity you have to collect more currency. And you may be asking, how is that possible? Well, the more reviews and ratings you have, the algorithm on e-commerce platforms, on Google, on search engines, they're in the business of putting the best options first. They're in the business of putting the best options first. And here's why. If they put the best options first, they have the opportunity of someone having a great experience and then using that platform, whether it's e-commerce or search engine, over and over because the response is expected. I will find what I need, and it will be a good choice. That's why over the years, we went from long amount of options to short, and shorter. It keeps getting short. I think we're down to 3, sometimes 2 in a paid ad on Google. Sometimes even on the e-commerce sites, unless you have a certain amount of reviews, you can't even get a buy it now button. You're not even an option you can't even be an option to be purchased. If you don't have a certain amount of reviews, there's no button to press. How many of you have experienced that? You've noticed there's a lot of products, but very few of them are easy to buy. And those very few are the ones with a lot of reviews. And that's on any platform that you use. right? And then obviously, overcoming limiting beliefs, right? Overcoming limiting beliefs for your clients, like your business owner clients, right? The more reviews they see, the more excited they get, the more confidence they get. Imagine, a new business opens up or you work with a new business. They started out with 5 reviews, and 3 weeks, 4 weeks pass by, they have 50 reviews. They have 100 reviews, and they're all great reviews. They're going to be so excited. They're going to be so pumped up. Like, wow, I didn't know people love my service. I didn't know they love my cakes, my food, my treatments. I didn't know that people loved it this much. So they say so many nice things. So reviews build confidence and the future for a business owner. Because if they're getting all these positive reviews and they're getting feedback, they're able to either add more products or services to serve those clients. So I want to talk about somebody in our HighLevel ecosystem that has proven the success with the reviews as a service business model. Okay. His name's James Bonadies, and he teaches local marketers across the country on how to use reviews as a service. He's also used it himself to build his business. And he's built a thriving business focused on reputation management. He's taken one service offering and helped many, one to many, whether it's in education, as a format, or as a service to help many, being the specialist. Here's what makes you a specialist in the marketing space. You know about an industry and a product. You're consistent. You have customers. You have case studies. You have results. And you do it over and over and over. Right? You do it over, and over. And you start to build this reputation as an expert, whether it's working with service contractors, chiropractors, attorneys. You become an expert in that industry, specialist in that industry. And then your service offering, let's say you do reputation for attorneys, reputation for chiropractors, reputation for garage door companies. You become more knowledgeable on their day-to-day, what they expect, what they need, their lingo, their best practices, and how important reviews are to their industry, to them. But here's the kicker. Someone like James Bonadies, he started out, right, helping, becoming the expert. But I want to take this to you, right? I want you to look at this a little different as you get started in this. Go ahead and type in the chat below, hyperlocal. Go ahead and type in the chat below, hyperlocal. Okay? There are many large businesses that specialize in reputation management. I've included some examples of companies below, one of which I'm very familiar with. The others I competed against. So I'm speaking at this from my opinion, my experience, right? I've been in the industry. I've worked with a company on the list, and I've competed against others on the list, okay? And competing with them and working with these companies have scaled to multi-million-dollar businesses. If you Google any of these companies that you see here, Google them. They're all 50 million, 100 million. They're all big, big companies. All very big companies, right? And these three right here, these 3 big companies, they spend tons of money on marketing online, tons of money on educating, right? You can't compete with that. You cannot compete with that. Don't take it personal. But you will not be able to compete with these companies on the screen from a global standpoint. Okay? you will be able to compete with these companies on a hyper-local standpoint. If you take the hyper-local approach and you focus within 5, 15, 25, 30 miles of your area where you need to maybe be familiar with the area, be able to be familiar with types of businesses in the area, the economic statuses of the area, the growth, right? Maybe the downsizing of certain areas. Maybe there's a lot of stores closing in an area. Maybe there's a lot of stores moving in an area. You being hyper-local know exactly what's going on in your local market. And these big companies that serve the reputation management business can't touch you. Because as you build hyper-local relationships, attending events virtually or in person, posting in Facebook groups, participating in conversations locally, you will capture your hyper-local market because you're local and you're a human being first. These companies have thousands of employees, right? They have thousands of employees. They are known by their name. I want you to look at it to be known by your reputation, your personal reputation, like you as a person, and your company right beside you. Your software right beside you. So here's an example. Yeah, I met this guy, John. They call him JB. I met him at a chamber event, gave a great speech, a great information on getting more reviews. Super nice guy, actually from the area. You should talk to him. You should meet him. Hey, I met this person, find a name here. I met this person, Barbara, at a BNI networking event. She was super nice. Knows a lot about marketing. She actually offers to help you build your reputation and your reviews and ratings. And she was familiar with the companies that I was speaking to about it. And what I liked about her is she was local and she could work with me in person. Right? And it's important that you understand the hyper-local perspective, because the hyper-local perspective is what's going to get you the time in the door to educate, network, and grow, and bring on the new customer, right? If you have any questions about hyper-local, go ahead and add them below here. But these companies on this sheet here, they will blanket states, if not the whole country, with paid ads, but you will take ownership in your local market, have the opportunity of making strong relationships and retaining your customers longer than one of these or all of these companies, meeting them randomly because of a Facebook or Instagram or a Google ad. The power is in the human and hyperlocal. So we got hyperlocal down packed, but John, I don't know where to start, or I never did hyperlocal before, or I'm not a fan of hyperlocal. I'd rather do online. We're going to get more in detail on strategies. That'll be day 3. We'll talk about prospecting and sales strategies. But for those that do not want to go door to door, do not want to go in person, do not want to do a chamber meeting or an in-person meeting, I'll give you some alternatives, right? But the fact that you're still local, knowing the area, maybe having friends in common, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your social media presence shows you're from that community, that from that state, is still so much more powerful than a company as a whole just blanketing and putting out ads to fix or share how to get more reviews or increase your reputation. So whether you're doing hyperlocal virtually or in person, you're local. We're going to leverage that, and we're going to leverage that with additional collaterals and bonus. So you're going to receive the agency snapshot, sales pipeline, everything on this screen. Once you become a trial customer, you're going to receive access to the playbook and to the collaterals. If you have not yet set up your trial, go ahead and type below, set me up for my trial. But you're going to receive access to all these different features and handouts and collaterals, so that way you have everything you need to build your business hyper locally and then expand from there. Okay? Oh, and there's more. And there's more. So like, this is like the power here. You have the lead magnet, nurture email SMS campaigns, local business community worksheet, personal network outreach scripts. You have the Canva presentations to do at a chamber event. We have a white label video to use. We have cold outreach scripts to use. And we also have sales call material that you'll be able to use. And these collaterals and features, in addition, will have customer-facing marketing for your customers. So you set up a customer tomorrow, they have a bagel store, they have a restaurant, they have a retail store. We have different collaterals that you can use on premise that they can get printed up after you customize it. So if it's table tents, you'll have a template, sticker templates, business card templates, smartphone wallpaper. I mean, you'll have everything you need to make it easy and fun for customers to get in-person reviews as well. And why does this matter? Right? Why does this all matter? It all matters because if you don't have the toolbox with the right tools, it's all a wish and a hope. That's all it is. So wish and a hope if you don't have everything you need. So to unlock your full potential, we have the toolkit with everything you're going to need for sales and prospecting fulfillment. We're going to be talking about the strategies. And then we're going to be talking about how to keep this growing, how to keep these customers with you, happy, and getting you referrals. It's going to build the confidence and give you the resources to stand out in your market. Remember, we're playing hyper local. So to stand out, we have to be different. It's going to give you the community and support of other like-minded challengers doing the same thing as you. And because you've already made the mindset commitment, you're going to be the best you can, and you're going to get success as a result because of it. Because everything's going to be at your fingertips. Everything's going to be there for you. You just got to implement. So in the comments below, type in implement. I got to remind y'all, because if we just consume and we don't implement, we have nothing. So with reputation management, it's a couple different things that are associated with it. Obviously, monitoring reviews, influencing getting reviews, and then maintaining the perception of a business or a brand online. Whether it's an in-person, brick and mortar, professional services, attorney, chiropractor, health services, or an e-commerce store. A positive online reputation leads to increased customer trust, higher sales, and a better brand loyalty. We buy from those that we hear, know, and are familiar with, right? And the components of that is obviously monitoring, keeping track of what's being said, good or bad, responding, challenging. Obviously, influencing is engaging with customers, responding back, showing them that you appreciate it, that what they shared is positive. Thank you, acknowledging. And then obviously maintaining, consistently working to uphold a positive reputation has everything to do with keeping your customer flow coming in and asking those new customers for reviews. It's not a one and done. Reputation management is consistency on repeat. So 5 new customers in today, we got to send out 5 review requests. Now, we're not going to send them out manually. We have a system in place that you've installed into your customer. So that's the great news, right? But we put that system in place. We're getting new reviews consistently. Every day, new review requests going out. Every day, new reviews being posted online. Every day, new reviews being automatically responded to. Every day, new customers are calling in or inquiring about your customer's business because they see positive reviews. See how that all works together? Positive reviews requests go out, they come in, they're visible, new customers come in asking questions, and it just keeps repeat. And you start growing your reviews to 5, to 500, to 5,000. Okay? And the reason why it's important is because of the credibility, how customers make decisions today, and the competitive advantage, period. We're in a competitive market. People are comparing, contrasting, and it's not always about price. It's about what people say about your product or your service. Now, the impact of the online reviews has everything to do with the end result, right? So we get reviews coming in, right? That will boost the business's reputation online, right? So that list of positive reviews builds upon each other. It's that trusted word of mouth. Imagine you're in a group and everybody says, oh man, that person's awesome. You start to build the opinion that that person's awesome too. Well, that's how online reviews is. People build upon their opinion and their experience, and then they say, oh, they must be great. Now, the bad part is if you neglect those negative reviews that may come in for whatever reason they come in, you need to make sure that you're responding and taking action. So for example, if there was a cozy cafe in your area and they're getting new reviews consistently, right? And then they get a bunch of bad reviews, well, it's going to affect their review count and reputation score on whatever platform they're on. They're going to see a reduction in their ranking, but also maybe in customers as well. Especially if it's health related or you know, about one of their products, they might see a decrease in sales for that product or as a whole business, right? And if a business like a cozy cafe does have a bad run, whether it's a people problem, a product problem, or a process problem, what can fix it is positive reviews. Now, many businesses know that you can't always be perfect, but the goal here is to have a system in place that when you're not perfect, it brings it to your attention, and then you start to fix, replace, or repair the issue, and then you start to get more positive reviews that come in because of those changes. So it all balances out. And customers look at it that way. Customers will look at a Google business page or a website that has reviews on it and say, oh, let me see what's recent. Let me see what's being talked about that's bad. Maybe that product that they're talking about is not what I'm looking for. Right? That's why when we look at like e-commerce stores, it's not a review about the e-commerce platform. It's a review on the e-commerce products. Right? So let's say you buy a brush online. Well, that brush may have bad reviews. You don't stop shopping on that e-commerce platform. You just find another brush with better reviews. Same applies here. So reviews can fluctuate the amount of awareness, but also traffic to a business and revenue. And it's important to have a nice blend and a nice balance of good and bad reviews or good and okay reviews. It's not the end if you get a few bad reviews. We just got to push them down by asking and giving better service. Right? Go ahead and type in the comments below, power of reviews. Power of reviews. Right? The power of reviews is that you have control over it as long as you're making adjustments and you're asking for people's feedback thereafter. Right? And the reviews play a huge part in trust factor. So look at it like this. Scenario one, you're on vacation in an area and you're looking for a restaurant and you're on one of the restaurant directory sites or popular restaurant sites. And maybe the first thing someone says in the car is, hey, man, who's got some good reviews? Or, what's a restaurant with a lot of photos and reviews, right? So the trust factor in that restaurant space has everything to do with photos and reviews, right? And, people trust it, period. People trust reviews. And the consistency of those positive reviews build upon the expectation of what they're going to walk into. So if I see a lot of positive reviews, I'm expecting a positive outcome. If I see a lot of bad reviews or some bad reviews, I might be like, oh, my hopes are not down, but the prices are better than what I would normally pay. I'll give it a shot. I'll take a chance, right? And that happens too. But one thing that gets put to the corner, put to the side, is the response to reviews. Whether they're positive or negative, you're going to be receiving the training that you need to teach your customers to be aware that they need to be responding to those reviews. Whether they use your AI response automation or they decide not to go with you and try to do it on their own, that's one advice you want to give. You always have to respond to reviews. And you'll come across those. You'll think that they want to become a customer and they're just not ready yet. And maybe you share a little bit of advice. That's one of those good advices to share, which is make sure to respond back, good or bad. Now, let's talk about some scenarios that you're going to come across as we get into this training, right? As we get into this training, you may come across a restaurant that you want to work with, right? How many of you are planning to work with restaurants in your area? Go ahead and type in below restaurants. If you plan on working with restaurants, right? If you plan on working with restaurants, this example should resonate with you, or you should use this example as a potential. So there's a beloved local restaurant, and they're facing some declining in business due to a surge in negative online reviews, right? And maybe it's because they got a new chef, and the chef, was rushed in, or maybe there was an issue with their food order. Whatever it is, they received a bunch of bad reviews all at once. And maybe it was a weekend. The restaurant's online reputation is suffering because of it now. And that's leading to loss of sales and customers. So, a weekend comes in, or you're about to jump into the weekend, you're looking for a restaurant for a birthday party or to host some friends and family. And you say, oh, I'm going to bring them to this restaurant, my favorite restaurant. And your favorite restaurant, the last 4 days, been getting some bad reviews. Although it's your favorite restaurant, are you going to take a chance? Although it's your favorite restaurant, if you see a handful of bad reviews, are you going to take a chance and bring your special guests or visitors to that restaurant? I'll leave it up to you. Throw it in the comments below. Let me know what you would do. But the good thing is that one of you or myself are hyper local. We're in the area. We stopped by. We mentioned that we saw what was happening. We wanted to give some advice and help, or maybe they brought to us what was happening as we were coming in for something else. And that owner of that restaurant said, you're exactly what I need to help me. You're exactly what I need to help me. And that owner says, what does it cost? How do we do this? And we get it set up. So we fast forward now. We set up your reviews as a service for this customer. Everything's implemented. They're now sending out review requests to their recent happy customers after their changes in their kitchen and their staff. And now they're starting to get reviews in. The reviews are coming in, positive reviews like we had before. And now our reviews AI is responding back with positive, thankful sentiment. So we went from maybe 15 bad reviews back to back to 25 great reviews back to back. Now our Google score or our website score on whatever directory we were on is balancing back out. We were at a 4.5 before, we pushed down to a 3.9, 3.8, and now we're back to like a 4.2. We're making progress. We're making progress, and it's because you put a system in place with the customer. And the results of that collaboration, them hiring you for the reputation services, is that the positive reviews started to outweigh the negative. The new customers are more excited about inquiring, making reservations. They're receiving new reservations like they were before the bad reviews, and the restaurant is back to close to being normal. What a story that could be. But that exists out there. Today, I want you to go on Google and find some restaurants in your area, and I want you to sort them by their their least amount of reviews or negative star rating reviews. And you'll be surprised how many restaurants are in your area or fast food places are in your area that are owned by small to medium-sized business owners that are having a hard time, that may be on the verge of closing because they don't have any reviews or very little reviews, okay? Here's another business that you may come across. Retail store on your main street or side street, right? They're small. Maybe they sell some men's clothing, women's clothing. Maybe they're a consignment store, whatever it is. But they're lacking online reviews. And because they're lacking online reviews, they're not being found in their local area. They have a nice store, but they're not on the Google listing. Maybe they don't even have a Google listing yet, right? And because of that, they're lacking the visibility. And the challenge because of that is because there's few reviews, the perception is non-existent or untrustworthy. So people aren't going to take a chance with something or someone they don't know or they can't see. So instead of someone maybe searching in the area for a consignment store, a thrift store, or a boutique store, or whatever retail store it is, they're just going to go to online shopping. But some people prefer to shop local if they know it exists. Are you that type? Would you prefer to shop local if you knew a local store had what you wanted? Go ahead and let me know below, right? So the solution is that we get introduced to this business owner, whether it was at a chamber event, an online networking event, or we stop by in person because we're frequent or local to the area. And we speak with the business owner and they say, I'm actually struggling with reviews. I'm actually struggling with technology as a whole. It's been tough. You have a great conversation and they say, look, I'm open to give it a shot. I'm open to learn more. I'm open for the help. The both of you kick it off. The trust is there. And here are the results. Because you put in your reviews as a service process and platform in play, they have the app on their phone. They've installed their customer list. They're asking for reviews automatically. You've taught them how to use the service. They now reach 100 or so of their past customers with an email and a text. And there's this influx of new reviews that come in. This influx of new reviews that come in from happy customers. The power of that is business changing. They went from very little to reviews to raving fans. And what that does for a small to medium-sized local business is everything. Because that business that would normally go to an online shop or they need it right away goes to the local business because you made them easy to be found. If you anticipate reaching out to some retail stores in your area, go ahead and type in retail stores below, brick and mortar stores below. Because I want to make sure that I give you the support and resources you need. And maybe, we have a quick chat about those types of businesses so we can make sure you have everything you need to help them. The next scenario that you may come across with very quickly, if not already, especially this if you have an existing business, is the home services business owner, right? Here's an example that happens out and about. You have a local plumber, HVAC, right? They're in their market. They're small business, maybe 1 to 2, 3 employees, or maybe they have 10, but they're still considered small. They're not like a regional or national company. And they faced a challenge with their client, in their area. And they're getting a bunch of negative online reviews now, which is putting people to be a little weary of working with them, right? And the challenge is that if there's unfavorable reviews, especially for a service business, it could make a big, big, bad difference. Because with so many service businesses in an area and so many different options, people just move on. They don't want to take a risk because most cases, those service businesses charge a premium for the service. So they're not going to take a chance on just picking anybody. But here's the good news. You met this this home service business owner at an event, or they were referred to you by someone that you knew that went to an event, and they understood what you do, and you help them out maybe, or they just want to be good people and say, hey, look, my friend John does reputation, he helps with reviews, he helps to get you online. I think you need to speak with him. He could definitely help you out. And the benefit of that was that we got on the phone, we did some texting, and we got him a plan. We got him clarity on what he needs to do to recover from these negative reviews. And it had everything to do with a strategy around engaging with his past customers that were happy, using the software and processes to automatically outreach. And while doing so, he was taking care of his customer and his projects, and positive reviews were coming in. And the result of that was his reputation started to even out and then eventually increase. And that led to a reversal of negative to positive. And now when people said, hey, I found you online, you have some nice reviews, he started to build his confidence, but also the trust with the public came back. Now, in these examples that I share with you, they're all examples, they're all scenarios. These are not actual customers. This is based off of experience as a whole that I had with different businesses and industries. And what's common with these experiences is that they didn't know. They didn't know what was available to help them. And they didn't know where to go and who to talk to. They didn't have the time to search. They yelled for help, but not loud enough. And it was the right time, place, and recommendation that myself or someone that I worked with got in front of them and educated. So it went from help to recommendation to listening to being educated to building trust and to becoming a customer. These are all real life scenarios that could happen, that you could assist someone in your area. Because if you go on Google and you type in tree service near me, I'm sure there's a handful that have low to no reviews. There's probably there that have a lot of bad reviews. The market is big, but also is the opportunity, okay? So I want to make sure you're aware that there are people that need help but don't know where to get help. So you might be a little reluctant in reaching out to people or offering your service, but there's someone out there that needs it that doesn't know where to go. And maybe they don't have the budget or the interest or confidence or time to shop around a bunch of companies online, okay? If those examples helped to create just a vision of what's possible by a few industries, go ahead and type below great examples. Great examples, type below, okay? And if there are other industries that you would like me to go a little bit more in depth on with examples, maybe there's an industry you're ready to go after and talk to and network with in your local area that you're like, you didn't mention this, is it worth it? Or would you do it? Or what would you say? Or how would you approach it? Here's one thing I just want to say, keep in mind. Start with the ones that need the help most, and those are typically the ones with no reviews or very low reviews. And know that it's not going to be a peachy and exciting and fun conversation. You have to approach it with care and respect and empathy, because they're going through a tough time and they're looking for someone they could trust. And there are many times where these business owners, they just turn their head around and they ignore what's out there about them. They're in denial. So you have to have a good balance and understanding. They may be in denial and they actually may get mad at you because you reached out to them. Always a possibility. Always a possibility. So keep that in mind. But here's the great news. You have a process and system that you're going to learn more about tomorrow that's going to streamline everything to help them and you educate and implement. Go ahead and type below implement. Implement's the word, and here's why. I meet a lot of business owners. I meet a lot of marketers. I meet a lot of people that are aspiring and ready to make a change. But where they drop the ball is doing the implementation. Whether it's starting a new workout, whether it's eating a little healthier, whether it's reading books or starting a new routine. They don't implement a plan to get it started. And your business owners that you work with, your small to medium-sized business owners, they're going to have a little bit of a curve of implementation. And that's exactly why you being hyper-local, one more time, hyper-local is going to be the reason why they say, this is worth it and I'm going to do it with you now. Hyper-local is a big factor, okay? So reviews and ratings, why they became important, the rise of e-commerce. If you shop online, where do you shop? Where do you typically shop online? Throw it in the comments below. And do you look at reviews before you make a purchase? There's no right or wrong answer. Some people look at reviews, some people look at the price only. Some people look at both. What kind of shopper are you, right? And with the rise of e-commerce and the internet as a whole, social proof became the new word of mouth. So what does that mean for me, John? What does that mean for anybody? Word of mouth is how people buy, whether it's subconsciously, right? Or whether it's by design, right? And social proof is what you see and what you hear. What you see and what you hear. And that validates the reason to make the purchase. Search engine optimization, positive reviews, a big factor in positive reviews is your local SEO ranking, your local reviews, your local presence, your local address, your local phone number. That's why they call it local SEO. It's local. Google wants to put in front of people, the people that actually offer the service in the area they say, they do the service locally that they say they do, and that their information is relevant to the local area and market. Can't be local if you're out of state. Or you could be local if you're out of state if you have a franchise model or a national model. But people mostly, when they think of local, they think of like a small to medium-sized family-owned business, right? So you want to make sure that your customers that you're bringing on, if they are SMBs, that you tell that story, right? You help them tell that story by attracting those great reviews and showing them how, right? And in the early 2000s, and I share this with y'all because you may need to tell a short story, right? Facts are one thing, stories are another, right? Facts tell, stories sell. Go ahead and throw that in the chat. Facts tell, stories sell. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. In the early 2000s, right, and this is like new modern history, right? Back in the day when I was growing up, they talk about dinosaurs, right? History class was about dinosaurs and prehistoric times. Now, reviews and how reviews started is the new history, right? So history is always changing, but facts tell, stories sell. So early 2000s, the launch of the review platforms like Yelp, 2004, TripAdvisor, 2000, marked the beginning of the review era. That's when reviews as a majority became, right, relevant. And then in those mid-2000s, e-commerce giants like Amazon, they emphasized customer reviews, integrating them as a core part of their shopping experience. Reviews, 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 right? From the early stage of Amazon to current day, early stage of eBay to current day. And there's so many more platforms that are out there. As a matter of fact, these e-commerce stores put big businesses out of business because of how much reviews and how much robust content and how easy and almost guaranteed it was to do good shopping online, right? That's why a lot of big box stores have been closed down. 2010s onwards, the ubiquity of smartphones and social media accelerated. How many of you had don't judge me here. How many of you have had a beeper? How many of my beeper holders are in the building? Were you? I had a beeper. You had a beeper. Type in below beep beep. Well, no, you could. I'm gonna get funny here and fun. So type in beeper or beep beep, whatever works for you. But beeper. If you had a beeper growing up or as an adult, type in beeper below. Right. If you had a Palm Pilot, I'm dating myself here, right? But I feel like I'm in that generation where I got to experience almost everything that was like beginning to like present day modern, right? If you had a Palm Pilot, go ahead and type in Palm Pilot. Those were great. Palm Pilots, like that. The Palm Pilot was like what we have today with like all of our other gadgets, but it was nice. Okay, we're gonna get a little wild here. If you had a BlackBerry, you beat me to it, Brian. I see you on YouTube here. Brian threw the BlackBerry. If you had a BlackBerry, type in BlackBerry below. If you had a phone with a keyboard on it, type in phone with a keyboard. Those were the good old days. Now everything is glass, right? So we got beepers, we got Palm Pilots, we have Blackberries, we got phones with keyboards on it. How time has changed, right? So as these smartphones came out, as if you were on MySpace, type in MySpace. I don't. If you were on AOL, type in AOL. CompuServe. AOL, CompuServe, MySpace. If that was during your time, and you got to really experience it, type it below. Those were the good old days, right? If you had AIM, AOL Instant Messenger, go ahead and type in AOL Instant Messenger. I'm saying this, right, for a reason here, and I want to bring back the evolution. And sometimes you may need to, remind people where we're at and where we were, and the gap is where you're at now, right? Like, where are you in this mix of digital citizenship, right? Are you a new digital citizen or are you an advanced digital citizen? At the end of the day, you're also a business owner. We got to get those combined, right? So as the social media, the different platforms, the phones came out, reviews became more and more popular. Then we had Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Who remembers Yahoo? Who still uses Yahoo? Oh my gosh, ICQ. You guys are giving me back some old days. MIRC, I see you, Rich. I remember MIRC. Right? So let me stay on track here. I'm having too much fun. So with all of this technology, right? Google, Yahoo, Bing became like the three. And then there's a bunch of opinions around this, and I will not even get started on that. But which search engine do you use when searching? And I know there's a bunch out there, so there's no wrong answer. We just want to get a temperature of what our audience is using, so that way you are familiar with it when you see your audience or your network, right? So what search engine do you use consistently, right? Throw that down there. And there's no wrong answer on this. We just want to get temperature check on what we need to be aware of, because not everybody knows about all the search engines, right? So all of that's important, because as you start to diagnose the knowledge of your customer and the knowledge of the business and what's already out there, the story you start to share is maybe some of these parts of what I'm sharing with you, because maybe they don't believe that reviews are important, and that's fine, right? So with what I just went over here, there's a lot of history and there's a lot of changes, right? So I want to now pivot into how do we make an impact on these platforms? How do we make an impact on these platforms? Whether our customer is on Yelp, whether our customer is on Google, whether our customer it's important for them to have great Amazon reviews. Wherever our customer uses that platform as a fuel of their word of mouth, their recommendations, their reviews, and their ratings, is important for us to know. But it's also important for you to educate them on maybe where else they should be as well. Okay. So I want to talk about some features that I'll be educating you on to offer a solution for your customers that'll be done for them, right? This is when we set up your white label version of HighLevel with your brand name and you do all your setup, you'll be able to offer these features that I'll go over briefly. So you'll be able to offer review requests via SMS. So there'll be a process where someone becomes a customer, there's a time delay, and then a review request goes out automatically to that customer, right? That starts the process. Without an SMS review request or an email review request, if we don't ask, we will not receive. First is to ask, you shall receive. Go ahead and type in the chat, ask to receive. Ask to receive. So we need to get our customers to realize that we need to ask for reviews, and we'll show you how we do that, and we'll show you what you need in order for us to do that. And that's clean data, organized data, and then we can ask, right? And then responding to those reviews are as important. So as those reviews start coming in, responding to them is as important, right? And as those reviews start coming in and we're auto-replying to those reviews, we have a system to auto-reply. Now we're showing engagement on our end. So keep in mind, you go to the dog groomers, they give your dog a great haircut. You go to the vet, they take care of your cat, your lizard, your parakeet, right? Whatever furry friend, hairless friend you have, they take care of them. You leave an amazing review after the service is given, after the care is completed, and they don't reply, not even a thank you. How many of you have opened the door for somebody and they don't even say thank you? They don't even acknowledge. You held the door open. Hey, oh no, hey, I got you, go ahead. And they just walk by you. No thank you, nothing. So rude. I want you to look at that and be prepared to educate your customers that that's rude on their part. But no worries, we know you're busy as a business owner. We're going to automate that for you. And if someone leaves a not so good review or a concerning review, we're going to make sure we respond to that and then notify you about it. We're going to respond and notify you about it. And you'll also have visibility over it too. You'll have visibility over it from your mobile phone, your tablet, or your laptop computer, right? And as we get these good reviews, great reviews, amazing, astonishing reviews, we want to post them on social media. We want to tell everybody about them. Our customers are happy. Another review. That's the goal. So what we're doing is we're telling a story with these reviews for our customers that show their potential customers. See, facts tell, stories sell. So the fact is, this business has 15 reviews. The story is when those reviews are posted on the website, those reviews are posted on social media. There's a big sign in the store with a featured review. There's videos about people talking about nice things about the reviews. That's the storytelling. And that's where they get more customers and more awareness, right? The viral happens when the stories are told and watched, listened to, or read. So we need to help our customers tell great stories by the reviews that they get. And we put a process in place to easily make that possible. So we have to ask to receive. So we can ask by text, email. We can also ask by nice created QR code, right? Whether it's paper, pamphlet, or a poster, right? And then we need to tell that story in real time with a nice display review widget. So when they go to the website, that homepage of that customer's site of yours, they see the published reviews in real time, right? Imagine you go to a website like Google or a restaurant site or a contractor site, and you're looking for the reviews, and you got to wait like 4 days to see the latest reviews. Wait. Thanks for visiting our site. You got to wait 4 days to see the reviews from 4 days ago. Huh? We want it to be real time, just like their customers expect it to be real time and you expect it to be real time. So let's make sure we're telling these stories automatically online in real time, right? Oh, I got to the best part here, right? We're about to get hyper local. Go ahead and throw in the chat hyper local, because we're about to get real hyper local right now, right? So you understand the stories that are out in the marketplace. You understand the features that we're going to go more in depth on day 2 as we go. And now I'm going to show you what you need to be aware of and how you're going to stand out. Okay? So the key features of the reputation management, right? Let's start with HighLevel. HighLevel is what we call ourselves to you. You call us HighLevel. Your customers call you your brand name. Let's make that clear. We're HighLevel to you. You are what you decide you want to be to your customers. Unless you want them to know you use HighLevel, unless you want them to know that HighLevel is the service, then that's on you. But we want you to white label it, okay? We're going to service you, you service your customer. So white label services, like I mentioned before, they typically require contracts, attorneys, high fees, down payments, deposits, long-term commitments, a headache. It gives you a headache. No headaches here, right? So with HighLevel, it's $297 a month. You receive the unlimited sub-accounts, or you do the $497 a month, and you receive the software as a service automation platform and unlimited sub-accounts, right? We have a lower plan for $97 a month that typically a small or very beginner marketer or agency will use as they're first getting started. But I'm thinking big picture, I'm thinking fast growth. You're gonna need unlimited sub-accounts sooner than later, right? Because you're gonna sign up 5, 6 customers, you're gonna outgrow your basic plan. You could start with the basic plan, but you're gonna outgrow it very quickly, so be prepared. This is what I want you to be prepared for. You're either gonna do the $297 unlimited sub-account, or you're gonna go all in and go $497 with automation, all the bells and whistles that we'll get into with rebilling and all that good stuff, plus unlimited sub-accounts, right? That's check mark 1. Below that, there's no contracts. There's no white label contracts. There's no red lines, attorney agreements, no crazy hoops and bounds to jump, okay? You're gonna get what's called agency mode, which is your unlimited sub-accounts and those features to control those accounts, to set them up, to manage them. Full access. Or the SaaS mode is where you could do the rebilling and automatic account creation. If you really want this, because maybe you have experience, maybe you used to work for one of the companies that I used to work with, right? Or for, or compete with. And maybe you're like, look, I'm tired of working for them. I want to do my own thing. I'm going to go HighLevel, white label, SaaS mode. I'm going to start my own reputation management company, and I'm going to add additional accounts to that reputation business as I go. I'm going SaaS mode because I don't have the time to pull the levers and push the buttons. I want to go automated from the get-go. Well, if that's the case, type in the chat below SaaS mode, because I want to make sure I'm getting you all the help you need right away to go SaaS mode. Type in the chat below SaaS mode if you need us to send you the information and the process and just get you the support to set everything up for you right away to go SaaS. And I've seen this happen where I have colleagues in the industry, they leave working for a big company and now they're going all in on their own marketing company. This is SaaS mode. Want to go that route, right? So if you want to go agency mode where, look, John, maybe it's a little out of my budget, or I'm just kind of test piloting this. I plan on to do more in the future, but I just want to go agency mode without the automation. Type in agency mode below. Type in agency mode below. If it's maybe a price, or you don't plan on being, you don't want to go full SaaS mode. Just throw agency mode in there. If it's if it's that, okay? And then I want you to type in beginner if you are planning to, or if you're already on the $97 a month plan. Type in beginner, right? Because I want to make sure I'm equipping you on how we get your expansion plan to SaaS mode or agency mode. We got to go one level up or two, depending on what your goal is, right? But if you're on that beginner one, you're going to be limited to those 3 accounts in addition to your main account. So we got to prepare you for the 4, the 5, the 7, the 10 customers. You're going to need the sub accounts to support them, right? And then here's the kicker. You want to do this today? You want to start it now? Start it now. I'll get you with somebody to get you up and running. That's not a problem. We got 1,000 support people 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday, here to help. You're serious about this, I'll get you the help. But I just want to share the difference, because here's what happens. For my existing marketers, my marketers that have an existing agency, you probably have inquired with one of these companies to find out how to resell their services. And maybe you were a little hesitant because the white label was too expensive, because you might have felt that you had to compete with them and your customers may leave you to go to them, right? Or whatever the case may be. It was too much of a hassle. There was a minimum requirement, because typically these companies, they all have their own stipulations, but typically they require a minimum license to purchase. You have to have a minimum amount of customers to get started. You have to purchase minimum buckets of services and prepay it or commit to paying it. There's a huge contract where you have to commit for whether it's 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, and you have to pay what you use or you don't use. Then there's limited features. There's these add-ons, right? Here's this package, and then, to get this one, you got to pay this, and there's another contract, another commitment, another addendum on top of addendum to do this. And then there's no SaaS mode. You have no control. You have to wait for someone to call you back. You have to figure it out. There's no 24/7 support. It's just a nightmare. But hey, not every business is created equal. I'm just giving you my personal experience talking with customers, with agencies, with marketers, with my peers, with my colleagues, with my industry professionals that serve small to medium-sized businesses like you and the rest. And then typically there's this long process where you're going to get a bunch of calls and a bunch of trainings, and you can't really do anything until they say go. Not here. If you're ready to go SaaS mode, type in SaaS mode below. If you're ready to go agency mode, type in agency mode below. If you're ready to get started, type in get started, right? And that'll be for that $97 plan. We'll get you the support and resources, and I'll touch around it as we go. But who's excited about the potential and the opportunity? I mean, let's go back to the business opportunity. We are so much different than anybody in the space right now. Some people say, oh, what's the difference between you and them, or this and that? We're in our own category, ladies and gentlemen, and you now have the reach and access to be in your own category too. There's nothing like this, the way it's set up and how it's set up for the customer like yourself. And we're excited about this. So I hope you're as excited about this as me, right? We are in this together. If you are pumped up about getting this started for day 2, type it, I'm in it to win it. Type in the chat below, I'm in it to win it. And if you know so, say so. If you don't, it's okay. We'll get you that confidence very soon. And we're going to be getting that winner soon here because we're almost at time. I got a winner coming for our first swag giveaway. So let's load up a little bit more on these comments because we're going to get a winner today. And I'm not even halfway through my coffee yet. This is just exciting because I've been doing this. I love it. We see the change. We see the customer stories, the marketer stories. Here, let me do this. When I say hi, you type level, right? So when I'm going to say hi, you type level. Hi. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. When I say hi, you type level. Hi. All right. We're just warming up. We're just warming up. I'm loving it, guys and gals. You guys rock and roll. Imagine if we were in person. We'd be throwing chairs and getting new laptops. All right, let's keep it going here. So we're wrapping up here. Y'all been great. I got Jordan watching the comments. We got the love, the support, the good vibes. That's what we look for when we bring on new challenges. So the unique selling points of our service, our integration is seamless. You have full control. If you love APIs and developing, we got APIs and developing opportunities within the platform. We have customization that's available. We see it all the time, and we remind everybody all the time. It's user-friendly. You can make it as simple or as complicated as you want. And here's the kicker. Here's the icing on the cake. Here's the cherry on top. The comprehensive support is everything. And you have dedicated support and resources for you. And there's a whole bunch of other services as you start to grow your business that offer white label resources to service your customers. The opportunities are countless. I'm going to keep it moving here, but I just want you to know that people build around HighLevel, people build around our ecosystem, people build around our community. It's why our app marketplace is forever thriving and growing. It's for reasons why we have services that white label and offer service and care to agencies. It's why VAs are coming back stronger than ever, because there's a tool that people need great people, knowledge, and experience to run. And we're excited about that every day, right? So this helps contractors. So I want you to keep in mind, who am I going to help? Who am I going to look for? So in your area, hyper-local, throw that in the chat, hyper-local. We want to look out for some of our general contractors, our electricians, our plumbers, our tree service, right? And we're going to help them with increased credibility, right? If they have customers, they have reviews that are going to come their way, right? And we want to build those reviews to increase customer trust, and those that don't know them to get to know them. And they're going to have the competitive edge, right? So contractors are great. If you enjoy contractors or handyman work, these are great people to talk to, get to know, and make. Here it comes. Business owner friends. Go ahead and type in the chat, business owner friends. If you make business owner friends, you make relationships with like-minded people that want to be with other like-minded people like yourself, that want to take advice and do business with other like-minded people like yourself. So business owner friends is what we want to leave with every day. You don't have to sign up, but I want to make sure that I could put you in my phone and stay in contact with you. So when you leave these appointments, these meetings, these messages, don't burn any bridges. At least leave with a business owner friend, because you never know who they may know that needs what you have to get them the help they need now. Restaurants. For my restaurants, my foodies, those with previous restaurant experience. Maybe you worked as a sales professional in the restaurant industry, providing care and services for restaurants. Fine dining, casual dining, fast food, right? What do reviews do? They get you more foot traffic, right? More foot traffic because you got positive reputation. They get you more customer loyalty because the customers keep coming back, and they can leave you more reviews in different areas. You got great food, you're going to get great ratings. You got great service, expect great, nice things to be said about you. And at the end of the day, even if it's a 3.5, a 4, or a 5 and 5 and another 3 and a 1.4, the consistency drives reputation and hyper-local relevancy. You always can't get a 5-star, and customers know that, and visitors know that. Real estate, anyone in the building in real estate, or have a lot of real estate friends, real estate agents, property management, real estate brokers. If you know people in the real estate business, or you are in the real estate business, right? This is something you can do to help and leverage that knowledge and experience. So more leads, more relationships, you can still get positive reviews, right? It doesn't, you don't have to, you give value, you get value. You give a good advice, you give good coaching, you give good professional care, right? You give a good service, they'll leave you a review. But they're just not going to leave you a review because you ask for it, because that seems wrong. It is wrong. You got to give quality to get quality. So if you got a few closings a year, that's fine. Maybe you have a few reviews. But if you have other ways and other services that you offer to your customers that is real estate related, well, then make it easy for them to leave you reviews for that. Okay? And that builds your reputation online, right? How you dress, how you talk, your image, your personality, your experience, your knowledge is the equivalent to online reviews. People judge only what they become aware of. And it gives you a strong brand image. And that's important in real estate. So if you're in the real estate industry or you are looking forward to work with real estate agents, type in below real estate, right? Attorneys, law firms, small, medium, large, solo, practitioners, legal consultants, paralegals, right? Professionals in the legal space. There's so many options. Help them stand out when it's important for them, right? And there's so many sub niches and micro niches within attorneys' legal space. You have so much opportunity. And the goal here is to increase their credibility, right? There's so many more attorneys and legal assistants out there and paralegals and notary republics out there that they're always competing. And if they're not paying to be on sites or paying for leads, maybe they don't get the traffic they want. But if they have a great reputation, they're going to get hyper local traffic. Go ahead and type in the chat, hyper local. I'm going to say this to the end because this is important. If you know this pray and spray, this blanket approach isn't going to work for your local businesses that need local customers. It's not going to work if you want to compete with big brands with unlimited budgets. Hyper local is the way to go. And we're building client trust. We're building that competitive edge. We're telling a story. Story, sell, facts, tell. We want to tell more stories and have the facts to support the story. Give people enough to read on their own to make a decision on their own. Retail, clothing stores, electronic shops, specialty stores, bike stores, bunch of anything like pretty much on Main Street, side street, in the mall. How many of you are my sneaker collectors any sneaker collectors in the building? Anyone collect sneakers, cards, sports memorabilia? Any of those? I know we always have a few, right? Right? Trust is everything. If you are selling, memorabilia, you're selling sneakers, you're selling items that are not available anymore. Your reputation is important, whether you're in the mall, side street, Main Street, or online, right? To San Jose, a shout out to all the hyper local small business owners. I like how you're thinking. Healthcare, saw this come up a few times. Chiropractors, dentists, counselors, therapists, wellness centers, med spas, psychologists. We have a bunch. So the health care profession world we're in right now, there's a website for every profession out there. There's a dedicated website for every profession out there in the market, right? So reviews is more important for these professionals, especially with in-person and virtual care provided, right? Virtual care provided, they even depend more on reviews. So you want to make sure and this is what's nice about the healthcare space is that you can have a therapist that's brand new. They have a handful of customers they've been caring for, and getting them reviews can help them get ranked local more faster than waiting for someone to leave a review on their own. Now, keep in mind, not all healthcare professions have the same abilities to ask for reviews and post reviews and share reviews. So You'll definitely want to do, if you pick an industry, you definitely want to do a little bit more research on your own around HIPAA, around what could be shared, what cannot be shared, right? And the biggest thing here is speaking with the practitioner that you're working with, speaking with the health professional you're working with. So if they say, "Oh, I can't have reviews," okay, is that something you believe you can't have, or you know for a fact you can't have, right? And if you wait for them to give you the answer, they're going to give you the answer that's probably not going to be the one you want to hear, because you're banking off of what they only know or what they assume. So if you're going to work with chiropractors or dentists or counselors, do a little due diligence and research within their associations in their areas, because they may have some rules or specifics that you want to be aware of. Maybe take a print shot, print out, so you could reference, right? What are the rules? What are the regulations? What are the best practices? And as we get more in depth on these industries, right, HIPAA plays a big part, right? But that doesn't mean they can't have an internet presence. That doesn't mean they can't get reviews. So you want to follow your local laws, industry standards. There's a handful, and we'll get into it, but be aware of it now. Fair? Being aware is how you care, right? Type that in the chat. Being aware is how you care, right? Because if I'm not aware of you, aware of what you want to do, aware of what could potentially be a problem for you, then I don't care. So being aware helps you care. Awesome. So, don't need a coffee for tomorrow, because I only drank a little bit of it. But what a day. What a day. If you agree with me, go ahead and type in the chat, what a day. And here's why I say what a day. I mean, the passion, right? The excitement, the energy it's all natural here. What I love. And I'm hoping that transpiring to you, that energy being thrown your way, either helps you open your eyes on the potential, helps you maybe feel that you're not the only one that's as excited as me, or maybe you changes your opinion on what you just went over. Like, John, I really didn't realize, like, this was like, I never really had anyone go in depth like this, like you did. I never really saw reviews as a service or reputation management like this. And I'll get into that how and why in a second. But here's your homework. Day 1 in the books. Congratulations. Give yourself a round of applause. Throw some clapping emojis. Throw a heart. Throw a high five. Throw whatever you want to throw in that chat, right? Let's get that vibe going. I don't even want to see words no more. I just want to see emojis, right? Because the expression of one is how others want to learn more about you. It's what makes others be interested in you, right? If I read word from these slides, or I just gave you what the textbook said, it'd be boring. It'd be so boring, right? And no problem. If you don't got emojis on there, no worries. But just throw me some positive vibes, right? So, we need to finish off today, this day 1 live session, the right way. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to task you all with a challenge, right? Is to take your mindset that you posted in the group chat here before and put it to action, to implement. So I want you to get into the Facebook 5-day reviews group. I want you to make it a priority to introduce yourself. Whether, if you don't want to use your photo, I'm okay with it. If you don't want to use a video, I'm okay with it. Throw your logo up there, right? That's fine. But I still want you at least to have your username and a short few bullets about yourself so we can get to know you. We'll use our imagination for everything else, but just let us know you're there. We want the algorithm to know you're there, so when you ask a question, it shows you up, right? So join the Facebook group, introduce yourself. You already know. And I need you to watch day 1 and day 2 modules. They're in the actual course. A handful of you put in the course. A handful of you put in the Facebook chat, YouTube chat, that you didn't see it in your university section. And I know Jordan's been at it. Jordan's been giving you some instructions. We'll get you the help you need. We're working on it, right? But even if you have to send a message, if you don't get a response back in the next 45 minutes, right, go ahead and go into speakwith.us/success. They'll get you access right away. And just take control and do that right away. And we'll get you the access you need, right? You gotta watch day 1 and day 2 modules. And that is the day 1, which we went over the live version, and then day 2 is your setup. Now, I understand that we're balancing. Some of you have different circumstances, different time zones. Day 2 will need to be done to move forward to actually implement the service and get things going. If it takes you a little longer, that's fine. But I'm putting the pressure on you to make it a priority as much as you can, okay? Day 2 setup is key. Our team is waiting by to help you. They're aware that this challenge is going on. They are expecting an influx in outreach and support requests, but we have staff to support it the first few days of the challenge more than the later days or the following week. So let's take advantage now while we can, right? That's your homework. Take a screenshot. The homework gets harder, I promise, but the learning and the training gets better because of it, right? We're a little over on time. You okay with that? I like to be on time, and I know you want to be on time, right? And we have to obviously respect each other's time, but we had such a great time today, and we kicked off day 1 together. Congratulations. Thank you for being patient, for having the right mindset, for engaging. We're going to pull the winner after the chat here. I'm going to work with Jordan. We'll announce the winner tomorrow, right? And then be prepared tomorrow to enter to win again. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. Whether you pick Facebook to stream or YouTube, go with one of those, engage. Tackle day 1, day 2, ask questions, use our support. You're onto something great and new and big, and you're here for a reason. And I've been put here to support you, and it's a privilege. Share your feedback, share the clarity you need, share your positive compliments, share what you wish or what you hope is available for you in these next 5 days. You're not going to hurt my feelings. It's required and it's important that I know what you need to be the best version of you. Y'all rocked it. We got more coming tomorrow. And I promise you, we got more and more thereafter. Until tomorrow, get to work. Join the group. Make some friends. Engage below. You've got a few more minutes before we shut down the contest. Congratulations on completing day 1. We got more tomorrow. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. See ya. I'm ready to work with you.